Yeah, what's going on YouTube? Tips with TeeP coming back at you once again on Retreat CTF. Going to be walking through the strategies, the setups, the things you want to do on both sides of this map, good side and bad side, to create the most consistency as possible. That's the main point I try and get across on all these CTF maps, creating the most consistency as possible. Do not let these stalemate situations happen to you, and notice where the other teams are spawning a majority of the time and how to manipulate those spawns to get those flags out to your advantage and get those points on the motherfucking board. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start off on the good side. The reason that this side is called the good side is due to the spawn that the other team will most likely get the majority of the game if you're playing this side right, which is the back jungle over here. If you're playing this side right on the good side, you're going to make the other team spawn at this, bottom jungle area, probably around right about here. And they have to make a very crucial choice of whether they want to try and rotate back all the way to their flag, go middle cut, go middle, or overextend to the other side and try and get your flag out. Due to this fact, it's very easy to set up battle players. Either A, on this middle awning, they can check bottom to see if they overextend, come up these stairs, and see the rotate back through jungle, as well as seeing the people hopping up to try and rotate back through the underpass area, or just simply posting up right here on the top ring with a bow, or even with a sub in certain situations, and easily picking off these guys spawning back here, because they really have no chance when you have such a height advantage and range advantage. It's just very, very easy gunfight wins if you do make them spawn there. So, on both sides of this map, the main area you need to control is most definitely this pool side of the map. This is the strongest side of the map for a reason, because it's the main part where you try and manipulate the spawns from. If you're holding this side and you're doing a good job, you're going to spawn up most likely back cave or at this back pool side at this big old rock right here. If you keep holding these two spawns, it's going to be very, very difficult for the other team to get this flag out ever. Just need to be careful for their one or two guys sneaking to try and get your flag out. But if you're able to hold down this side of the map, work up the map, get the kills, make them spawn at that back left, like I said before, you're going to have a great time on this map. So it's really up to you and your teammates how you want to play these sides. I would say you need to have a little bit more aggression on this side. So probably one sub, maybe two submachine guns if you really know what you're doing. And your submachine gun players need to know when to slow it down and which areas to control if they are running a submachine gun. I've seen it many times when submachine gun players try to challenge a little bit too much across this pool side of the map against BALs. It's just very, very hard gunfights to win. So the areas you need to try and maintain control of and roam around if you are a submachine gun player on this map is definitely this gold area. We call it gold. It's a lobby, whatever you want to call it. Definitely towels, this middle courtyard, and bottom pool, getting into their bottom lobby on this side, and just wreak as much havoc as possible. Use the crazy speed with the sub to your advantage, and just be very annoying for the other team as you try and pull their flags. So, moving on, you want to try and gain control of this bottom lobby area when you're pushing up on the good side to get this flag out as safe as possible. Depending on the situations, there's two pulls you want to try and do on this map. If it's a scrappy situation and you don't really have much help when pulling the flag on this jump wall side, as most people call it, or at bottom lobby, you know that they have this bottom control. The safest pull, in my opinion, is simply jump it up here, and either A, trying to fight the guy's bottom lobby to get out to this pool door to your teammates, or if your teammates spawn out at this side, you might want to just go ahead and pull it middle map if they have control of it. So pulling up to this top lobby gives you very, very many different decisions you can make depending on the situation. And either A, just jump it back out to the jump wall, try and juke them out a little bit, and overall just use that flag marker on your back to juke out the enemy to the best of your ability and get it out to your teammates so they can get the rest of the cuts. But if it's a clean situation, if you get 3 or 4 dead, you're the one pulling up the flag, moving up from bottom lobby, you pull this flag, you just really want to take it back through pool, jump over, and just clean run it over to pool to get this easy flag out. Waiting for your teammates, making sure that this middle gold lobby is cleared out and that no one is flanking through the gym steps or the bottom gym ramp over here to this spot. That's the normal spots that people are going to be OEing from. So when you're holding the flag, the main cuts that need to be held, I would definitely say, is just have someone post it up watching the push from middle because they're going to be overextending most likely from these bottom gym steps into gym, getting top dub and to the back ramp to try and counter that flag pull. So once you get it all the way back, you get those cuts, you slow it down when you need to, depending on how the kills are going for you and your teammates, and sure enough, whap, flag on the board. You want to definitely try and extend your lead as much as possible on this side because the other side can get pretty tricky if you aren't playing slow enough. There could be one set of kills that don't go your way. It could end up them getting at least one flag or two flags out. So definitely want to try and secure, I would say, a 2 or 3 flag lead on this good side if possible, but any lead is great if you can get it. This side is much more straightforward than the other side because you have the complete spawn advantage for the entire side of the map. It's very easy to notice when the other team is overextending to your base because if they are, you can tell if they're in gym because you'll spawn at back cave, or if they're overextending into your lobby and blocking the back cave spawn as well, you're going to spawn right back here at the back pool. So depending on what spawn you are getting on this side, you can kind of tell where the enemies are going to be positioned around the map or in your base. So definitely put the emphasis on pool control to keep 2 or 3 people flooding this area most of the time, while certain situations have 1 or 2 people, depending on how your team likes to play this map around here. Post up, get the kills, make them spawn at the back left, and rack up the easy kills. That's pretty much all I want to say onto this good side. Very, very straightforward side to play. So I'm going to go more into detail onto the bad side of the map and explain how to play certain situations. Now, moving into the bad side of the map, like I said before, you want to try and counter them from making you spawn over here. You're going to get it the majority of the time on this map, so it's going to be up to you and your teammates to rotate back appropriately. And the main area you want to hold is, most people would think on this map that it's the jump wall. I completely disagree. I think holding bottom lobby and top lobby is the most important areas to hold on this bad side of the map, because if you control it, it cuts off their areas of penetration, if you want to call it that, to probably half. So if you control this lobby, they can't make the decision to go up top, block off the cutoff back here. They can only go through, the right side of the map at underpass, blocking that spawn, or from pool side. And it's very easy gunfights for you and your teammates. Definitely you want to have a submachine gun guy roaming around this area, taking gunfights appropriately. The way we play this map is 2 submachine guns, 2 BALs. We'll have one guy with a submachine gun try and get aggressive at the middle of the map or overextending, constantly making them worry about it, while the rest of us try and control this pool side. Get aggressive if we do get the kills, but if we don't have the kill numbers in our favor at the pool side, just slow it down, making sure that we have our ARs posted up, holding them at bay from the pool side so that we do not lose control of our base. If you're getting overwhelmed at this wall from all the people shooting at you from pool, it's very, very okay to back up and use these rocks as sort of cover, making them come all the way into your base and take gunfights the best way possible to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed at your base, because if you do, you're going to spawn out and they're going to most likely have your flag out, forcing you to rotate all the way back and stun at the base. Now, there is going to be situations where you're all going to go 4 dead, and you're going to be like, ah, shit, and you're going to spawn out. What do you do in a situation like this? You really have two decisions. One thing is either jump up here and try and kill the main guy that's going to be watching the OE. He's going to be around top dub, right there, top awning, or top ring, trying to get the spawn kills. These need to be the main sort of areas you need to check. Oh, I forgot one more. At this front wall area, just using these head glitches right there. So all the spots I just marked up with paint are the spots you need to check if you're going to try and overextend to their base, because those are the spawn kill spots that are most common on this map. So when you do OE, I would definitely say you need people rocking that overclock class and just doing your best to get control of gym and getting that intro kill to break their setup. As soon as you get that intro kill at the middle map, your next goal is to try and get control of either this top dub where I just painted up right there, or in this lobby area. If you gain control of this lobby area, it's going to slow up their flag run immensely, unless they're already past this big old pool rock back here. So if you can do your best along with your bow cover to get your submachine gun guy maybe overextended in here and get one or a kill to slow down that flag run, that's the best way you need to try and counter. The other way to try and counter is rotating all the way back and getting those stuns off before they get that flag out over the back wall. So the best way to do it is you're gonna rotate all the way back, jump up, make sure you're not getting spawn killed by a guy at top ring right about there, and popping stuns to make sure you stop that flag guy from jumping over. But it really is situational. You need to do stuff as a team. It's not very good to send one guy rotating back and 3 guys overextending, because you're just going to get singled out, and it's just not the best way to go. When trying to counter cap the other team, it's all about getting that intro kill and then waving up the map together very quickly in order to slow up their flag run and hopefully grab their flag before they're able to put it in. There's a reason that they call these sides good and bad side. One side definitely has the advantage because every kill that you get is way more useful compared to the bad side, where it's harder to block those good spawns of the other team. But pretty much all I wanted to cover on this side of the map. Hold both of your lobbies on good and bad side, and those are going to cut off many of their avenues to get your flag point out and just overall get sneaky in your base. This is the biggest CTF map and the most open CTF map, so it's definitely more role oriented. Your submachine gun players need to know when to slow it down, know when you don't need to sneak, especially if you have a lead going into bad side. Just have your subs focus on kills first, and then if you get those 2 or 3 dead, then it's their sort of cue to start to push up and gain control of the opposite side's lobby and start slaying from there, getting those flags out depending on the situations. Pretty much all I wanted to go through on this map, and what sort of avenues you want to try and push, when to rotate back, etc., to try and make the most consistency on this map. Take advantage of your good side and do your best to have some sort of damage control on the bad side to make sure you don't give up too many caps too quickly, and know what to do to try and stabilize. It's okay if you lose 1 or 2 flags on this bad side. Sometimes it's better to just give up the flag, rotate all the way back around, get control of turtle once again, get control of lobby, and stabilize the map to make sure that they cannot get any sort of relay going. Take all these things I say into consideration, and you will most likely have a much more consistent and better time on this map, racking up these caps on the good side, just like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this Tips with TeeP on Retreat CTF. Leave a like if you enjoy all these Tips with TeeP videos. Check out the playlist. I've made a playlist with all the tips of TeeP I've done in Advanced Warfare. I'm going to be moving on to Uplink now that I'm done with the CTF, so look out for those later this week. Thanks so much, guys. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time with the Tips with TeeP. Later, fellas. Peace.